invincible.
everyone.
Totally hit the wrong button.
It's time to gore the like button.
Good morning and welcome to MightyOxTrading. Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone's had a great night, ready for a great day. I totally out of it this morning because I totally forgot to move my yellow lines. Forgot to do so much. So let's look overnight. ES reached 68.33. It's low. 67.62. So 33 and 38 is 71 points in range. NQ 150 was the high. Low was 830. Yeah, that's pretty easy math too. 170, 150. It's 320 points in range. Copper rising up. That 200 ticks in range. Ultra Bond coming down. We'll fix these tomorrow. Gold rising up, back up close to 5,200. Crude oil has been all over the place, up, down. It's sitting about just under 90 right now. And Bitcoin's sitting at a little over 70K. So it's got happy overnight. Got all the way up to 71 too. Pull back a little bit now. So that's where we sit standing, whatever body posture you're choosing to take this morning.
Stop bill. Order bill.
Watching this blue candle here turn into a green candle.
Stop bill.
You're going to hear my bot going. That's the fills you're hearing. It's just on the sim accounts. See, NQ and gold coming down pretty harsh right now. Just dropping hard right now. Possible bounce here.
Target filled.
Acting a little bouncy.
Order filled.
Order submitted.
We're long. Why isn't it showing? We're long and I'm wrong. Damn it. Why am I not connected?
Order filled.
Ah, damn it. Took the stop. Oh, man. What the hell? What am I doing wrong already? Frustrated already. And I don't know why this is doing this. What the hell? Where am I supposedly connected at? Give me a minute. It says I'm connected somewhere. I hate this. Not connected anywhere. No. This is stupid. Must be there because the trade button's not there. Well, where is it? Oh, come on. This is stupid. That's not what I want. I don't know what to do. I can't figure out where the hell the trading is. Hold on. All right. Okay, so it decided to connect to a different window, and I can't figure out. All right, there's the trade button now. Oh, so this isn't the one it's connected to either. Trade. No. This is stupid. Okay, aha, I found it. Well, wait. This is where I'm connected. Duh. How do I get rid of that? That's how. Okay. Now we got it right. There we go. So this is the blue candle that's going to work that I didn't take. Where's everybody this morning? I am live, right? Yeah, I am live. Keep creeping up on the 5-minute. Nice, Paul. We're going to take this long here, even though there is a bit of news. Unless something happens in the last 20 seconds.
Order filled.
Order submitted.
Target's going to be that 9 EMA. It's not going, of course. Come on, come on, come on. Did I get a bad fill in that? 32 a minute there. That's the point. Popping up again. Trying to get up. I know what that's like. Wait, that sounded bad. I mean, like creaky old bones. Here it comes down. Morning, JC. Just trying to pop back up. Come on. Yep, coming down. Gold's trying to push up after pulling back. Hopefully NQ does that same thing. Not looking good here. Five-minute candle closes red. Fortunately, my target's the 9, and my 9 keeps dropping, so it's going to make my target smaller. But here comes the candle. Don't call it a comeback. I am still a carnivore. I do take iodine as one of my supplements. Magnesium is usually the big one for muscle cramps, though. Popped up, back up to my entry, and then right back down.
Connection lost.
There's a nice candle. I like the look of that. Come on back, baby. Yeah, but you want there's a few different forms of magnesium. You want to get something like magnesium glycinate or magnesium malate. They're the more bioavailable forms. Magnesium oxide, which is what you'll normally find is the cheapest, is junk. And definitely don't do magnesium citrate. That'll act as a laxative. I do Amazon for most of my supplements. There we go. Patience is paying off. $100 plus. I haven't heard of it, but I could look it up. Why? What is that, sire?
Order.
Closed
Order
that trade. I
filled.
got greedy, tried to get a few more ticks out of it and pulled back. So I got 10 points out of that. It is a blue candle, but it's running into that 9, so I don't know if I trust it. Hey, Tris.
Order submitted.
My bot just went long both ES and NQ because of that blue candle. All right. Probably a good idea, Tris.
Target filled.
It just hit a target on gold. Hey, Jake, how you doing? It's supposed to be almost 80 here today, and then we're supposed to have thunderstorms that can produce tornadoes. Central Illinois, Decatur, Illinois. Yeah, it's supposed to be 80 today and dropping down to 24 by Sunday. Yeah, 80 but cloudy, so it's not like it's, that wonderful. Like I said, tornadoes. It looks like thunderstorms tomorrow, too. Oh, wow. Yeah, so 77 today. Sunday night, low of 19 and blustery. Chance of snow. Meanwhile, NQ comes down. Wow, NQ really dumping down here, so glad I did not fall for that blue candle. Yep, here in Illinois, we can experience all 4 seasons in a day. What just happened? Okay. There's a little pop on NQ. I missed it. Probably about 45 minutes or so away from Melody joining us for her second day. That's not the train she's coming in. I like this setup on the 5. Unless it gets all the way up to the 9 EMA, and then I might not like it as much. Yeah, big pop here. I missed the entry on the 1. Pulls back though. Now it's a lot of wick on both sides.
Order filled.
Order submitted.
Come on, there's the 9, and there's the 9. It's a blue candle on the 1. Come on, you can get there. You kind of touched it. Are you going to reject off of it because you touched it now?
Order filled.
There we go. It ended up being another 13 points. Slowly but surely, we're getting back toward green.
Hey everyone! It's time to gore the like button.
I'm glad I got out where I did there. You see it come back right back down. Did not give us a clean break of the 9. Break it off some. Break it off some. But it is trying again. Comes back up. Yeah, that's why I entered it there. Plus, I have red on the RSR. Had red on the RSI, so it was a good entry. I just took it up to the 9 because it was struggling to get through the 9 back here on these other two candles. It bounced off of it. I mean, I have a feeling it will go through this time, but I was playing it safe. She's getting a blue candle on the 1-minute chart as it gets above the 9. We might take that here if it holds.
Order filled.
Order submitted.
Did hold, doing a tight stop. Or a tight-ish stop. About 10 points. Stream target right now. Let's go down to the 1 minute so it can be clearer. Nope, it's going to reject here. That was me thinking I was smarter than the market. Okay, they're giving back that last trade. Maybe. Come on, bounce back up. Nope.
Order filled.
Stopped out. Stupid trade. Ah. Bounces right back up. Maybe I just didn't give it enough stop, which is always possible. Just continues to struggle through that red line. Hey, Jay. Yep, now it goes. So gosh darn it. Yeah, I should have more confidence to stay in that. It had everything I was looking for, but The best entry was down here's the one I said I missed, where it did the U-turn. That would have been an excellent entry there. So remember, my original entry of the last win was 929. It's popped up as high as 960. So that could have been a 30-pointer if I had stayed in it. Remember tomorrow's CPI. Only news we got on the agenda today is a 10 a.m. Eastern U.S. existing home sales. That sounds like a good deal, Paul. Gold continuing to grind up. That was a nice pop. Up to 969. Uh, I really don't have a video editor. Most of my videos go unedited. If I need anything edited, like shorts cut out or whatever, Teo does it. But I don't do much editing. My videos go up pretty raw. I record it with OBS. Yeah, this is running nicely now, so I should have stayed in longer. You're welcome, JC. Eventually, I hope to have a video editor, someone that actually makes the videos look all nice and fancy, but it takes a long time to edit videos. So that would be an expensive position for me to pay for at this point. Good call, sire, for taking that long and holding it a lot longer than I did. You gotta respect that 9, and I don't know how exactly to deal with that. So if we look here, back here on the 5-minute chart, give me a second. You know, we had this candle here, which was a good entry too, and you can see it went up to the 9, and I got my target. Got my target, and if I had tried to hold any further, I would have came down and would have stopped me out, etc. So, how did I know that this time it wasn't going to do the same? So that was the fear of why I took it for only, a few points there. But just bleh.
Target filled.
Bot just hit targets. Yeah, beautiful pop here. So here, from that first entry, I could have got 50 points. No, sire. No pressure. I'm talking through my challenges in that I do want to hold longer, but it's like trying to figure out exactly how in that situation is I guess I'm saying. I mean, I could have put the stop at break even after that first green candle and or after it hit the 9, just put the stop at break even at that point, and if it comes back and hits me, it comes back and hits me. That's one way of doing it. Turns around a little bit here. Nice work, sire. Hey, Robin, how you doing? I'm doing all right. Hey, Graybeard, how you doing? I haven't seen your name in a little while. And Q trying to get up to 25,000. Overnight high though, 25,150. So well away from there yet. Doing good.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
We're about 5 minutes from the top of the hour. Hey, Ace, how you doing? Yeah, I'm an affiliate of Apex. Why? What's up? Yes, I actually did a video on it, Graybeard. They did wholesale changes. Pull back here on NQ. No, it's no biggie. You're not disturbing me, Paul. They launched end of day. They got rid of the MAE rule. There's no more payout denials. I mean, unless you do something really stupid like hedging or trying to beat the system in some way. But other than that, it's a lot more straightforward and everything. You have end of day now available, or you can still get intraday. Intraday is still a little cheaper. You pulled back, now trying to rise up again. Nice pop. Everything looking happy right now.
Stop bills.
Bot stopped out on something. Gold. It took a short on gold. Getting my headsets ready. We should see Melody probably in about 15, 20 minutes. Unless you all scared her away. Look at that nice pop on gold. Big gold candle there. And Q trying to pop back up. Little blue candle from Pasadena. So this had to take it out in gallons instead, Paul. We can confuse them with our non-metric system. Yeah, I'll be happy to know you will not hear any mouse murders on stream today, as I have the trap turned off until after the stream. Morning, RJ. Minute candles about to close slightly blue. Bot took the trade. I'm not because we've had bells now for the last 6. Let's see what it does. Pops up a little bit. Comes right back down. Feels kind of stagnant right here. Not sure which way it wants to go. Which way did she go? Which way did she go? Crude's pushing downward. Euro's moving up nice. JC, did you get any of that Euro move up? Hey, Teo. Morning. And NQ rejects down. Sideways action right now. As we head toward the bell, about 15 minutes away. USC, welcome. And we got Melody coming in. Good morning, Melody. How are you?
Good morning. Oh, well, I made it. I made it out of bed, so that's a good start. And I'm breathing, so that's a second win. And I had my charts finally loaded. They took a little bit longer today, but so far we're 3 for 3.
Sounds like a start of a great day.
I'm hoping so. Looks like everyone's kind of waiting for the market to open to kind of make any more moves.
Yeah, it's been stagnant. So, guys, you didn't scare her away. She came back for a second day. Hey, Ron, how you doing?
I'd say it's pretty tough to scare me away. I kind of grew up in kind of the sports and the math world, weirdly, heavily dominated by men and, well, boys at the time, I guess. And so I'm pretty used to the antics. I feel like that did help, though, a little bit, just because we all know there's not, a ton of female traders out there. But it's really nice to see some of them, getting bigger. There's some more people in your group kind of stepping in and seeing some other streamers pop up. So it's been good. But my point being, the trading world's messy, and I'm aware of that. And I'm still here. So it'll be tough to scare me away. I guess you could try to think. If you were a big spider, or if you were a very, very tall anything that I was having to be on. Those are my two. Spiders and heights. Can't do them.
I don't mind spiders, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of heights either. As long as the spider keeps its distance, I guess I should say. If it's crawling on me, it's dead.
Yeah, we get some, I think they're even just called like barn spiders. I don't know, they're stupid, but they're really big and they look like wolf spiders. And so that's what gets me. I'm like, do you have to look like you're also potentially going to kill me, or could you just live peacefully away? And yeah, if there's a very tall spider that lifted me up to eat me, I would have already died from just pure shock. I would have just passed out and been done with it.
Back where I used to live, the fire chief there, big burly guy, 350-pound, big 6'2" guy, absolute definition of a man and all that. But if that man walked into a spider web, he started flailing his arms and screaming like a little girl.
That'd be funny. I do love that. There's always just the smallest thing that'll get what should be the scariest person. Makes me laugh. I think I've kind of gone through life experiencing that the scarier people look, the actually like more teddy bear like they are. Because I've met a few, and I think of like bikers, some like grizzled older vets, something like that, and you think, you know, you look scary, and then they're just the nicest people, and they're so friendly. But I think I just relate because I have a little bit of the RBF. My face generally looks unhappy, even though I'm not. So I can resonate with that.
Gold going wild. Back about 52. I've thought about getting a snake if I could be sure we eat the cat. It would help with the mouse problem, USC.
Maybe if you got a small enough snake, that's so funny. I wouldn't eat a snake either. But if it was small enough that it couldn't eat the cat, maybe that would work.
Ace, I have no news at all besides U.S. home sales 30 minutes after the open. What do you have 90 minutes after the open? Oh, the only other thing I see is agriculture stuff. I don't have Trump Speaks on, but maybe Financial Juice hasn't updated. No, I don't have it. NQ just looking ugly right now. So I guess we sit back and wait until the bell, because I don't think it's going to give us anything we want. CPI tomorrow should make a wild day.
Well, did you catch anything good overnight or on your night stream? I wasn't able to pop on last night, but looks like markets moved.
I didn't catch anything great. I mean, I ended up down like about where I'm at now. I mean, I've taken a couple of trades this morning and kind of gained and then gave back. So, yeah.
Sure. Well, that's not too bad then. I mean, still within. See, that's the thing. I hate when I trade evenings or overnights, and then if I do hit, like, it doesn't even matter if I hit my profit target or my stop loss for the day. If I used it all in the Globex, I'm just so sad. Because then I can't trade the morning on that account or whatever, you know?
Yeah. Well, NQ did just hit 25,000. Nice little pop there.
Order target filled.
Guys, you will occasionally be hearing my computer saying target filled or order filled, but that's not actually me trading. I'm testing out a new bot version, so you might hear things when I'm not actually trading or taking a manual trade. So far, it's 2 for 2 on the morning for on the NQ bot for $1,000.
That's pretty good. Is this just kind of like the same the same strategy you're using, just automated, or
Yeah.
do you have some tweaks on there?
Same strategy I'm using. The only tweaks have been the way the profit target and the stop loss was set up versus
Nice.
my process where I just kind of always jump out way too soon.
I feel that. I did that like 3 times yesterday. Got out for a short profit and then it just flew in my favor. I always love that.
Hey, Moxie, good morning. Slight pullback here as we head toward the bell.
I think it's pretty interesting to be right around, if we stay there, right around 25,000 at the open. I think it'll be kind of interesting to see if there's a fight that happens or if we just kind of take off one way or the other. But I always feel like just kind of being around those round numbers brings in more volume anyway. So
Yeah.
the algos will send it probably one way and then back the other, but we shall see.
Overnight high got up to 25,150. Overnight low 24,830. So we're like right in the middle of the daily range at this point.
It seems too coordinated. No, I don't know. Just
But, oh my God, just look at gold just running here.
yeah, it's not stopping. Not anytime. Well, not yet.
Two minutes till the bell.
We're seeing a little bit of a fight here at 25,000. It's not really getting above it, not really dropping below it. So let's see if it takes off or if it continues to be a knockdown, drag out fight here. Let's get ready to rumble.
You know what? I think there's not enough jock jams in the trading world. And I think that we should bring that back. I can't even tell you off the top of my head what I mean by jock jams, other than there was a whole CD about it and a commercial that played.
I remember that.
But it started with "Let's get ready to rumble," and then it just pumped you up.
I'll have to go look for that on YouTube or Spotify or something and figure out exactly what was on there. Oh, big pop.
Speaking of pumping up,
Yeah. Pump up the volume. Pump it up. We hit 25,042. And then burst up to 51. Gold pulls back at the open, just somewhat slightly. We're up 60 points. So much for that battle at 25,000.
Yeah. They left that behind. They said nope. And gold is really doing the opposite. It's falling quite a bit from where it peaked at the open.
$25,066, but pulling back quickly, pulled back about 30 points. Dow pulling back. Well, actually, Dow's red on the first 5-minute candle so far. ESIQ green, Russell green. So the Dow's the only outlier at the moment. And another big pop on NQ up to 70. Nice entry ace. Up 85 points. Now since the bell. Feel like it's getting a little bit heavy here, maybe. It's pausing. Let's see if it can continue to burst up.
ES is fighting at 6,800. Wondering if that's going to hold. It can do whatever it wants now because ace is out. So.
Yeah, big pullback. Good call, Ace. That was a quick pullback. ES just went red on its 5-minute candle. Wow, NQ just dropped 50 points on almost 1 minute. Gold down 11 points since the open. And NQ popping right back up. So the open is just as clear as the half an hour leading up to it. Which means not at all. Hey, John? Not in the office today? You came in later than normal.
Whoa, big drop. On ES. I'm only know that because I was in a trade. And it didn't drop that far, but it is definitely fighting right here. And I kind of wonder, is it going to fight until you said we've got news coming at 9? I feel like sometimes, or sorry, well, 9 Central, I guess. But I feel like sometimes they just kind of wait and kind of mess back and forth in a range and then see what the news says.
Yeah, we got home sales news coming up at that was a nice move down, but I'm not taking that short, even though it's a purple candle, because it's going right into the 9 EMA on the 5. And that often spells doom. And you see it did pop right back up. ATR up to 26 on the 1 minute chart, 34 on the 5. Nothing clear to me right now yet. We are fighting back at that 25,000 level.
It's like they just can't quite figure out what we want to do yet. It does look like we have some pretty good volume. I feel like things are moving quickly when they do move, so you kind of have to get in and catch it.
I feel like it wants to come down. Almost took a short there right as it popped up huge. But gets beaten back down.
Well, I don't really know, and I don't really follow baseball, but I watched a baseball game last night, the U.S. and Mexico team, and I know there's some baseball fans in this group, including you.
Yeah. Definitely.
Did you get a chance to watch that game? I don't even know what it was, the World Baseball Classic or something like that.
Yeah, it's a thing it's a little tournament they hold every 3 years after they kick baseball out of the Olympics. They decide
Sure.
to do their own thing. It's a fun tournament, but I'm always hoping nobody gets hurt before the season's real season starts.
They do. I was thinking it's pretty close to that, so that would be. I mean, like it's good to get everybody warmed up for the season, but you do run that risk. So, I was glad to see, U.S. got a win and no one got hurt that I noticed. So, and going against Mexico, I honestly think baseball is one of those things where the United States doesn't really have a chokehold on it, like we do with other sports per se, because we just have more. Like we have more basketball and obviously American football and some of the track, kind of like some of the track and field stuff we've still got on lock, but a lot of the other countries are kind of catching up. And I think with soccer and baseball, it's pretty much anyone's game.
Big move down. Japan won the last World Baseball Classic.
Nice. That makes sense.
Order filled.
We're short.
Order submitted.
I am short, but I feel like you didn't need to tell everybody. Just kidding. I have bad puns and bad jokes too, so let's go.
Come on. A little bit more. I wanted a little bit more. It's not going to give me a little bit more. I got greedy, didn't I? Maybe not. Maybe not.
No.
Maybe greed is good. Maybe greed is good. I got
Order
it.
filled.
Boom. Target hit. 34 points. 25,007 to 24,973. We are green on the day.
Very nice.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Now, JJR, I will say you're right that the U.S. is never good at men's soccer, but women's soccer has had quite the nice run. There are definitely other countries catching up to us now, but I was really big in the 1999 Women's World Cup. That was the one where Brandi Chastain famously took her shirt off and had a sports bra underneath, God forbid. But I remember that. That was like that was part of my childhood, I remember. And I got really into women's soccer after that. But yeah, men's soccer, I can't really watch it.
I've never really gotten into soccer. I used to not like soccer because back in my day, they took down all the fences in the outfield at like high schools or whatever so they could still have a soccer field on the baseball field, and it felt very sacrilegious to me.
It's funny because as a soccer player, I would have hated to play on a baseball field too. Like they do that. They do a lot of co-oping of fields and using them, but I just like I remember the Raiders football team, they used to play on the weirdest field where I was just like, you guys are an NFL team, why are you playing on this? But they of course got their new stadium, but I agree that sharing fields just seems kind of weird. And taking the fence away, that's you're taking away home runs. Like that's insane.
And wow, big recovery. Right back up. 61.1 minute candle. Oh, by the way, good morning, JJR. Sorry, I didn't say good morning to you. Yeah, the pre-market wasn't real special, so yeah, you didn't really miss anything.
Gold looks like it might make a move a little bit further down. It's trying to.
My 5-minute chart says NQ wants to go up, but I don't know if I trust that.
I mean, we're kind of just right in this chop range since open, so I mean, it definitely could.
Hey everyone!
Ace, is it weird that I read
to gore
your
the
comment
like button.
in the voice of the ox that tells you to gore the like button? But you're not wrong. You should hit the like button. There it is. Good. Okay. That works then. That's, you know, I actually do. I have heard your voice, Ace, so I kind of do know that that isn't quite you, but it could be.
Yeah, she's listened to that secret mic I had installed your house, Ace.
No, I got to catch Ace a little bit. He did some work with Tiresias Trading, Matt Hensley, and I was in that group. So I remember him from there. Good times. I don't know, man. This 1 minute chart's kind of looking ugly.
Yes, it is.
Big candles, but they don't go anywhere.
Dow falling. Its direction. Actually, it's interesting. ES and the Dow are falling, whereas NQ's more confused. I mean, ES is a little confused too. It's falling, but then pops right back up. But it's been all red candles. Now NQ comes back up. Do you have a bit of news in about 10 minutes at the top of the hour? U.S. existing home sales. I feel like when it breaks this range, it's going to be violent.
Yeah, it is looking interesting. I'm looking at ES and NQ were both just kind of hanging out at their VWAP from overnight. And NQ seems to be now staying above it and ES staying below it. And you kind of mentioned that earlier. They're not quite in sync yet. And I don't know about everybody else. I'll trade both ES and NQ, but I never trade one without looking at the other. just because sometimes one of them is going to do something and you don't catch it. But it makes it tougher. Makes it a little tougher when they're not quite in sync.
Do something. Come on, do something.
You need a graphic of an ox using a stick to poke the market.
I'll think of AI on that one. That's a good idea. I do have the choppy graphic.
Sure is choppy today.
Oh, a pineapple even. Wait, is that it's a lady ox? That's cute.
Purple candle here on the 5. It's still about 2.5 minutes to go on the candle. The attention to detail you put in on those 8-second videos, Ace, is amazing to me. The fact that you could point out the little things that I don't notice and I make the videos. How's your take profit trader account, Ace? I was just ready to say I'm looking short here, and then it bounces right off that 9 EMA again. And maybe coming back down again. There we go. Just trying to break the 9 on the 5. Breaking the 9 to 5. So actually a 40.5-minute candle. It doesn't feel like it, but it is.
Order filled.
Or short.
Order submitted.
Kind of looking at gold. Looks like it might make a decision here to pop back up.
You torturing me here? Come on, just drop. That's the opposite of drop. There we go. Now you're getting the idea. I bounced.
I think it wants to maybe go down from here. It's kind of flirting with the open. But yeah, USC, I do use a 6,000 tick chart, but I use it on MES. I like the 2,000 tick for NQ, and then I also like a 10,000 tick that kind of gets more of the whole day in view.
Order
Boom.
filled.
Target hit, another 34 points.
Very nice. Okay, that's actually too good that we have to drop it good for Mott. I love that because Snoop Dogg is awesome.
Oh, Snoop Dogg is awesome. And it bounces back up. So I got what I needed, and it coming right back up. Gold has kind of reversed here, trying to head back up. Russell is the only indice not really falling. It's still positive. Number news coming up here in about a minute 20. I need to start keeping a database of whether these news events usually move the market or not. I want to say home sales usually doesn't really affect it much, but I can't be sure because I don't remember. All right, let's see how home sales do.
Order submitted.
Not much of a reaction. Home sales 4.09 million. Forecast was 3.88 million, so beat the forecast.
Kind of looks like the market doesn't care too much about that one.
No. Still coming down.
I bet crude oil inventories could be fun tomorrow. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never watch that one. You know, I don't really look at it, but I might tomorrow. Wow, here we go. Maybe heading down.
Hey, Jake. Thank you. I'm actually slightly negative for the month, Jake. But working on it. Yes, trying to bounce here, and Q coming back up. Yeah. So gold looked like it was curling, and now it came back down. Actually gave me a purple candle there that I missed.
Ace, I've been too afraid to look at gas prices, so I've just kept my car in the garage and didn't go anywhere. But I do hear they've gone up. I think we jumped 30 cents over the weekend-ish, I think, in our area. And we'll see. It looks like we're still kind of in a similar trajectory to the overnight, but we did just flip the volume delta negative, which means that there's at least quite a few sellers trying to enter the market. So I'll be keeping an eye on that, see if it stays there, or if it flips back. And if it keeps flipping back and forth, that'll be tough for me to trade, but we shall see.
Gas still under $3 a gallon here in Central Illinois. I had to look because I don't drive. Dow popping. ES popping. Was gonna take an ES trade, missed it. A nice pop. Actually, NQ gave me a signal too, but I missed it trying to get an ES trade. That's just a double arrow all around. Hey, Matt, how you doing? It's good to see you, my friend. Yeah, still find that. Rejecting off the 9 again here on NQ. Feels like we're still confused. Well, we're not. Well, we're confused too, but I mean the market in general. Old age is getting all of us, Matt.
Target filled.
Order filled.
Took a short, but got a really bad entry on that. This might bite me.
I don't know. It's trying to push down.
Break 900. It bounces on me. All right. There's 12. I see 9. 9, 10. There we go. Down to 900. Breaks 900. Pauses at 900. Getting out.
Order filled.
At 904. 15-point trade. 15.5-point trade. We're green by over $100 on about 25 accounts. And there it went. We actually went to my target, but that's okay. That's okay.
No, that was a good trade. I think it still wants to go lower, but I don't know if it will. It just really keeps fighting at 900.
Gold continuing down as well here now. So this is a pattern I've noticed that I need to start making sure I trade. I'm going to blow up the gold chart here. And, we came down. This was actually, an entry for me here, but it was right at the open, so I didn't take it. So it came down, and I noticed when something on the 5-minute breaks the 9, you'll often see it give one green candle, trying to go back up, and then it fails and comes back down. This purple candle would have been a perfect entry, and I see that so often in my back test. I really need to start making sure I take that trade. Here's a bounce on NQ, back up.
Ooh, popping. Someone's trying to move it up, I think.
Yeah. Not sure that this isn't more than a small little pop before it goes down further. $8.30 was the overnight low on NQ.
Yeah, I'm in that difficult spot where I'm really thinking about a short on NQ, and then I look at the chart and I'm like, but I could also go long here. And so then I need it to make a decision so that I can make mine.
Yeah, 9.35 all of a sudden has become a little bit of a wall here. Can't get above it, can't get below it. Part of me wants to try and take a long up to that 9 EMA again, which is at about 967, but I don't have the confidence in it.
I'm getting a little more volume. And it's still fighting.
Oop, there's a drop.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at ES might go short. Kind of looking at liking that trade. But NQ coming up on 900. I kind of wonder. It didn't break it last time. But it's going to try again, that's for sure.
Gold bouncing a little.
Order filled.
So we're gonna play here on the Take Profit Trader eval. I took a long on ES just to see if we can get up to its 9. So my entry is 67.73. I'm looking for 67.77. Looks like the answer to that is new. Well, maybe. Or maybe not. Let's try it again. It did offer me 2 points, which have been the ace special. I could have fed his family. Dow already get back up to its 9. This 5-minute candle closes in about 50 seconds.
Target.
There we go. So there we go.
Nice.
4-point win on ES, 73 to 77. NQ also popped at that same time. If I had taken that same trade on NQ, it'd been a 20-point win. But nice pop there on gold. Big. That was a 17-point 5-minute candle.
Yeah, I would say that this action, I'm glad, like, Ox, you're taking some really good trades, and they're really working out. And I should just start copying you for the rest of the day. But it is good to see, like, this is one of the things where my strategy isn't working out great today. Like, there's really not a lot catching my eye for what I'm looking for. And then kind of the couple things I have looked at have been really quickly invalidated, which is helpful. But it's one of those interesting days where I have to sit back, and that's hard. That's hard to do. I think we all kind of get itchy to get in a trade, but then we end up, I don't want to force it. So gotta keep our hands off the buy button and also off the sell button.
Yeah, it's very hard, especially you might now you're not showing your chart. We might figure out a way to do that at some point in time, but I know when I'm sitting here on stream and I'm getting nothing, I'm feeling like I should be doing something that they see me do, So
Right.
there can there can be that feeling. It's just gotta fight that. Because I'd rather see them see me do nothing than see me constantly losing.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
JJR. Very nice. Going for your 7th or 8th straight day of payouts, JJR? You don't have to answer that if you feel it's going to like jinx you or something. Yeah, look at this nice pop back up here on NQ. So NQ's almost back to 25,000 that quick. So 900 was definitely a wall for it. Bounce point. Excellent work, JJR. Pulls back though. A lot of good conversation going on in the Discord right now as well. If you're not a member of the Discord, you should be.
So it looks like we're kind of hanging around VWAP level on both NQ and ES. ES rejected it a little bit. I'm wondering if we're going to pop through and then head up, or if we just drop back down to 900 and see if they can fight us off again. I'm also looking at gold, maybe trying to pop out of its little pullback here and see if it keeps going higher.
Yeah, I missed that gold. I had the bells. I had a beautiful all-wick little body green candle there. That would have been a great trade right there.
Are we breaking 25? We might be.
Yeah, we did. Just slightly. Can it hold above it? That's the question. It's trying to hang above. We got up to 25, 0.24. Can it take us higher? Can it take us higher?
I don't know. Should we start taking bets on if it just closes at 25,000 today too? Open around there, chop around there, go up, go down, and then just end right there again.
Well, it's interesting because if we look at the daily chart, as I find my software, let's go to a daily chart. And what is that EMA I have on the other chart? Hold on a minute. The 100 EMA, which I apparently don't have on this chart, is sitting at 25,056 on the daily chart. And you can see how it's kind of been butting its head every day on that same area for the past really almost 3 weeks with 1-2 day outlier. So that's interesting. It seems like that's a big resistance point there on the daily. As we come back down under 25. I second what Ace just said about Matt deserving success and being a great person. And back above. Yo-yoing. Seems like it's got a head of steam.
Now ES has to break through 6,800, which it did just now with no problem. So I'm glad I said something.
I was setting guys right green, somewhere in between. We see NQ pushing up as crude oil pushes down. Of course, tomorrow could be interestingly wild with CPI. And that CPI data is not going to reflect the recent changes in oil prices and any repercussions on that. But this is the last CPI just days before next week's FOMC. So that's going to be some interesting data that comes out. Okay, again, we come back down. That was an interesting candle in the 1 minute chart. I didn't take it, but it was an indication that I should have. Let's see what it does.
Yeah, I think buyers are trying. I think there's quite a bit. There's more volume, a little bit sometimes, and I do think that we're leaning positive. There's a lot. There's a lot of buyers. I went ahead and went long at 25.015, and it came right back to my entry and then continued up. So
Excellent.
hopefully we keep going.
Do you have a target in mind?
I would definitely look at 81. I probably will at least see what it does there. That's what I have as the top of the initial balance, which is just the opening range of 60 minutes essentially. And sometimes it'll like to reject there, so I'll probably watch it at 81. And if it rejects right away, I'll pop out. But keeps going, I'll probably just let it run. I like to trail my stop, and sometimes I trail it too close, and then I get stopped out and it goes. But I like to keep profits. I definitely, I'm guilty of a lot of times I will let a small winner turn into a full loser. So in order to combat that, I try to trail my stop a little bit closer, keep things in profit, and then try not to complain about it when I miss out on other things. Because green is green, right? Green is green, money in the bank.
It's definitely a hard balance to find to get, between how much do you want to give back versus.
For sure. So at 50 there, my stop just popped up and now it's trailing. I do have that automated. I'm still tweaking that, but I did get out at, it's like 25.60. Which is around, yesterday's high was 25.055. We'll see if we pop up above that.
Well, I mentioned that 100 EMA. That's sitting at 25.057. The 100 EMA on the daily chart. So that might be providing this resistance we're seeing right here.
I think you're right.
It's still trying. Didn't drop hard. Now it's bouncing back up. Came down to put its hard hat on so I can try and burst through the wall.
Oh, it's trying. It's trying to pop. But it's still hitting that spot.
Gold heading downward again now. Crude's still heading down, so that's another good sign for NQ to head up.
What's crude at right now? I don't have a chart up.
85.15.
Okay. This is one of those big events where like I wonder if it'll get back down to 60s where it was, or if it's just going to be like, oh, I'm going to be at 70 now
Yeah.
for the next 10 years, and you'll never get lower than that or whatever.
It's like IQ got within 5 points of that 81. Now it's kind of pushing back down a little bit.
I'm kind of in another one of those situations too where I'm limiting myself to 1 micro, because I think what was happening is I would try to get in with like 2 micros, and then I would try to average in or like DCA, and then I'd just get stuck, and all of a sudden I'm 4 micros deep on a trade that I only intended to be, 1 or 2. But the problem with that is I can't scale out of trades, and I do really like to scale out personally because I just like to let that runner go, but then lock in profits.
Yeah.
I think that's just kind of another thing that catches prop traders too, because we like to DCA, we like to, stay in trades if we can. And so getting out of it for small losses is just harder. But then you get stuck with these giant losses because you're just too deep. And for me, I'm sometimes just too proud. I don't want to close it out for a loss because what if it comes back,
That's
And then
one of my biggest problems is I tell myself with my entries that if the next candle is the opposite way to get out, even if it hasn't like stopped me out, but it's and I don't. I'm like, well, you know what? It could still go my way, and my losses become bigger instead. Oh, he got up to 80. 80 in a 80 quarter there.
That's right up there.
Did basically hit the morning high. And we are 70 points off the overnight high. There it goes. There's the new morning high, 86. Good call on.
Here we go.
To move up there. 5-minute chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight green candles.
That's crazy. I mean, are we going for what, overnight highs now? Probably.
Got 93 now, kind of pushing back by 10. Everything on my chart starting to scream that it wants to pull back. And not scream, maybe talk a little loudly.
Well, I would say that that's not a bad play. And that 25,081, rejection of that is so common, especially with NQ. Like it wants to at least take a decent pullback from where it, topped out in the first hour. And then sometimes it'll shoot through. So like I'm watching ES, and ES did go through its initial balance. So it's now higher than it was in the first hour. NQ is still fighting. And usually, like I said, they're usually in sync, but which one of them's going to win out? Kind of their fight of going higher or rejecting. But it's kind of a decision point for where I'm at anyway.
Doesn't seem to get back below that 81. No, look at that. There's popping back up.
Mm-hmm.
ES up to 68.14, Dow up to 27.922.
don't know. Gold tried to pop down a little bit, and then it kind of came right back.
Yeah, gold's at a point where it's confusing me. I don't know which way it wants to go.
It hit 25,100. Let's see. Might be going.
It might be looking for that overnight high touch trade copyright or trade wheel. We are up almost 100 points on this 15-minute candle. I didn't realize just how much we moved. Now we're up over 100 points, up to 115. Nice job, JJR. You're continuing to kill it. Teo, we get the mop and bucket, clean up the blood of the things JJR is killing.
Man.
Dropping back down, trying to hold 25,100. Drops under it for a second. Hey, FX Samesh. How you doing? Bounced off 100, basically.
All right, so with that candle close, and I see you've got a blue and a purple right on, is that your 9 EMA, the white line?
Yeah.
That looks like fun. I'm
Yeah.
joking. I hate when it does that.
That's, my original bot, that's where it will get totally messed up because it'll take the blue stop out, that'll take the purples, and it'll probably stop out
The other way.
because you can see it's already heading back up. It's like,
Yeah, I think gold's just kind of in a pretty tight, well, it's not even that tight of a range, but it's a range for sure. And I think it did kind of try to break to the bottom, but it didn't, went right back up.
so watching this on the 5, it's giving me until I showed it to everybody, it was giving me a little red candle there. Feels like it might be ready to pull back here. I got bells too. 1 minute might also be giving me a signal here. It needs to break the 9 on the 1, which it just did. Kinda.
Order filled.
Order submitted.
We're short. Not the most confident short I've ever done.
There's a little selling. There's definitely a little selling pressure trying to come in.
Yeah. Nope.
Order filled.
Stopped out. Gave back about 30 bucks there. Should have waited for the 5 minute instead of the 1 minute there. You can see the 5 minute chart's actually, well, it's kind of flirting with the signal. That's the 1 minute, that's right. 5 minutes. Green. Beautiful, JJR, beautiful. All the indices have kind of stalled out here. Gold's totally sideways. We've lost some oomph.
All right. Yes, trying to move. Broke out of its little chop.
And Q just got up a little higher too, 122. I'm almost expecting this to like give one big burst to try and get up to overnight high and then drop. But so far it doesn't seem to have the energy to get up there. odd seeing these smaller candles on our ATRs, like 18 on the 1 minute. It's not really going far here.
I feel like that always scares me when it's like when we had such big moves and then it's just tightly moving in one area. Because sometimes I feel like the smaller it is, the bigger the breakout sometimes is, and then it can catch you off guard.
Yeah. JJR, I think that's a great decision. Good job. And there's another push up. 9 straight green candles right now on both ES and NQ, and it looks like the Dow as well. 130, so we're now about 20 points off of overnight high.
I wonder how soybeans are doing today for no reason other than I can't get in a trade that I want right now. I did trade soybeans once for funsies, and I didn't trade it after that. I'll just say that.
Somewhere I have a soybean chart, but I'm just not sure where it's at right now. Lean hogs. Maybe I don't. Maybe I closed down that chart. Oh, there it is. Soybeans are coming down. They popped at the open and have been falling since.
I wonder if that correlated to oil at all, just because like I know, at least in our area where I'm at, we have a lot of soybean farmers, but all of it goes to biodiesel. And and we have also a lot of corn that goes to ethanol that goes into gas. And so like I think about that sometimes where I wonder if those prices also were adjusted based on what was going on with crude oil. And I would think that it wouldn't need to, but I would imagine that people who are doing the trading might think something different.
That's an interesting point. That's a very interesting point. We got very close to overnight high. Got to 146, overnight high was 150. Is 150. So it wasn't quite the burst that I was expecting, but it did get there, or just about. I mean, within 5 points, I consider that there. And 10 straight green candles now on the indices. it's hard to stay in trades, Ace. You know, you want to just secure, you know, what you can secure, and that's why I admire Greg Trades YM so much and his ability to stay in trades for 18 hours. Sometimes hard for me to stay in trades for 18 seconds.
Agreed. I think he had one comment where he had put in a trade at night and then he's like, I'm going to go take a nap. And I was like, how do you do that? How do you even like?
Yeah. Especially since it's on like 10 or 15 accounts. It's not even like, you know, one account. He's trading almost as many accounts as I am. I mean, I can understand it if he had like 20 accounts and he did it on one account, where if something bad happened to that one account, you know,
Yeah.
he still has 19 others, but he has them all. And there it is. New high of day, 152. Right as we hit our top of the hour, and time for us to call it a day. Once again, Melanie, it's been great. Hope you're enjoying
Awesome.
yourself. And
Yeah, it's been a good time.
we'll be back tomorrow for CPI Day, which should be fun, and crude oil inventories, which is a point that Melanie brought up. So both should be fun events tomorrow. Join me and us then. I start at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Have a great day, everybody. And we'll see you
Thanks, guys.
tomorrow. As soon as I find my software, we'll see you tomorrow. There it is. There it is. Boom. Boom.
Yeah.